Hello and welcome. Welcome, everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. And I have the pleasure, and I hope I hope you all had a wonderful Mother's Day weekend. And today we are dishing out a daily dose of nutrition and wellness news for your mind and your body and your soul. And I am happy to see you all joining me today. I thank you for those who tune in every week to see me live and just to hear some news and some nuggets that hopefully is inspiring, motivating, and will move you one step closer to your goals. And those who are listening to the replay, I thank you for tuning into the replay as well and chiming in. I want you a part of the process as part of the engagement and the conversation, just like those who are tuning in live. So feel free to enter in comments and enter in questions because I do review them. So definitely get your questions answered and make your comments known. And while people are logging in, please take a moment to tune in and just say hello to me. And what I'm going to do is I am going to get my windows open and ready and together. And so give me just a moment here because as you all know, I love engagement. I love to hear from you all live. And so in order to do that, I need to get my windows set up real quick. And so I love referring to you by your name. So engage, 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 because that way we all learn. And I know that other people have the same questions that Okay. All right. So I see people logging in. So definitely introduce yourself and tell me where you're tuning in from. And so we are continuing on our series of mindful eating and weight loss and how to develop a mindset to lose weight. Because I always tell people weight loss is not about weight loss and weight loss is not about food. It is about your mind. So where your mind is really going to determine how successful you are. And so this is a special mini series that's going to talk about mindful eating, specific strategies that will help you to avoid overeating out of stress, boredom, anxiety, and of course it results in that unwanted weight gain that we don't want to have. And so we are specifically talking about what is on your side of the street, okay? What do you actually control in this journey of losing weight and keeping it off, okay? Because there are some things that we can't control. There are a lot of things that we can control, and there are a few things that we are not able to control. And so it is human nature to evaluate ourselves based on the results that we are producing. That seems reasonable, right? But I want to draw an important distinction here. And so let's say you started a new weight loss plan, and then during the first week of the new diet, you've been eating on plan, your energy levels are high, you're feeling less bloated, you're feeling better than you have in years, and you're feeling lighter, your clothes are feeling looser, and then you're excited. You're celebrating these quick wins. And then day 7 rolls around and you are super excited to weigh in. You've been holding back on getting on the scale. You get on the scale and it's up 2 pounds. Crushed, right? You've done everything that you were supposed to do. You did it all. You did what everybody's, what the plan says. What do you do? Because you did everything. And so does this mean that your efforts of eating on plan or that the fact that you have more energy, that you're feeling less bloated, are those no longer spectacular accomplishments because the scale went up 2 pounds? What you think about that? Well, my response to that is absolutely not. Of course not. It does not. And today I'm going to give you 3 game-changing tips that will keep you motivated to lose weight and to finally keep it off, okay? So we want to keep that focus, our mindset on the positive, okay? And know that the scale has its place, okay? It is one part of the equation, but it is not the be all end all, okay? So that's one thing that I definitely want you all to keep in mind. And so a quick introduction of myself for those who do not know me. My name is Sandra Goltry, and I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist. I'm a certified personal trainer and also your accountability partner. And I pull from a variety of leading edge strategies, evidence-based strategies, and I help adults to integrate healthier eating habits into their daily routine. Hence, we want to make this stuff a lifestyle and we want it to last, okay? And so I give you those tools and those basics and that foundation in order to make that happen. And so in 2023, it's about creating a lifestyle of self-care and piggybacking off of 2022 when we were talking about breaking those food strongholds, because all that stuff ties in and it feeds into our food choices, okay? And so as you are tuning in, I see people tuning in, please say hello. Please chime in and let me know where you're tuning in from. All right. And again, we are talking about what is on your side of the street. I want you to focus on evaluating and acknowledging yourself based on what is on your side of the street, which is really what you can actually control in this weight loss thing and this lifestyle thing. In other words, evaluate yourself on what you actually can control. Okay. And so last week, we finished up my 3-day challenge, Summer Shape Up. So over like 40 people had registered and participated, and I was able to get some feedback. I've actually talked to some people and back on track sessions. So it's been really, really wonderful. The challenge is over. However, the Summer Shape Up fun is not. So stay with me until the end if you will still like an opportunity to take a deeper dive with me and to discover your personalized keys to weight loss success. And if you are curious about what I'm talking about, I'm going to put this in the chat. Hey, Dee Dee. Hey. I can see names today. I figured out how to get my access to you all back. So good to see you, Dee Dee. And so I still have a few slots left for the back on track session. So I'm excited, and I'll give more information on this towards the end. So let's talk about our topic for today. Let's get back to my banner so I can give you my banner. So good or bad? I want you to post good or bad. When you have your goal is to lose weight, you've made your mind up, and your entire mood, and is your entire mood good or bad if the number on the scale goes up? Okay, so you get on the scale. I have some people who get on the scale every day. I don't recommend that, especially if it impacts your mood. If it doesn't impact your mood, great. But if it's going to dictate whether you're happy or sad on this day, then it's not worth it because too many things happen in a day. So, but honest meter, do you feel good or bad if you get on the scale, you feel that you've done everything that you should do and you've made the effort, but yet the scale goes up? What does that do for your day? So post that. I would love to see what people say to that. All right. And next we will go, and while I'm waiting on those comments, I'm going to keep going because it is a little bit of a delay with the comments. And so the mind is a flexible thing. So let's talk about our first point in this, what is on our side of the street. So every diet and every weight loss strategy has its pros and its cons, right? But for any approach though to really work, you have to have the right mindset, okay? So shifting your mindset about how to lose weight is the biggest factor in losing weight. And so for most people who try to lose weight, unfortunately, they try to lose weight in the worst state of mind possible. So they're trying to fix themselves. It's something that they're not liking, they're not happy, and they're trying to fix it. And so this type of thinking can become destructive. And so rather than focusing on the good that can come from weight loss, such as you have a better health, you're adding years to your life, you are having more enjoyment, you have more energy to do the things that you want to do, you are able to fit into your clothes again, or you feel like you look better in your clothes again. And of course, the prevention of chronic diseases like diabetes and heart disease and things like that. This group of people tend to focus on the negative thoughts. And so ultimately, the negative mindset leads to failure, and it leads to unsuccessful weight loss and unsuccessful journey. And so psychologists stress that how you see yourself and your core identity predicts your actions. And so research also shows that the stress hormone, which we all know about, cortisol, which is your adrenal glands, it secretes every time you come down on yourself, every time you worry, every time you feel like you don't measure up because the scale is not saying or going in the direction that you want it to go, it increases the distribution of fat around your abdomen. And so fortunately, this mindset is flexible, okay? And you can change your mindset and you can make your weight loss approach healthier, happier, and more effective. And that's what it's all about, okay? And so yes or no, if, let me get my banners back here. If you been trying to lose the same 5 pounds, maybe even 10 pounds for several years, okay, you just kind of that yo-yo, you lose it, you gain it back. And of course, there are plenty of people who have a larger disparity. I've known people who've lost 50 pounds and they've gained it all back and more. And so if you have felt that way or you're experiencing that, definitely share. Let's see here. Okay, so we're trying to lose weight myself once per week. I weigh myself once per week. Disappointed that I only lost 5 pounds. I thought it would be more because I did. You know what? This is a very good point. So let me come back here. I hear this often. So this is my girl Dee Dee. And so she's saying that, which I hear this a lot, that weighing yourself once per week, disappointed because you only lost 5 pounds. Now, let me tell you what the evidence says about healthy weight loss. Healthy weight loss is 1 to 2 pounds. Okay. 5 pounds is extreme, it is fast. It's usually involve deprivation, kind of restricting, and it doesn't last long term. Okay, so you want it real weight, so you don't want to lose water weight, you don't want to lose muscle, you want to lose fat. You want to That's what we want to lose. We want fat loss. And so to say that you only lost 5 pounds in a week, I mean that's not a disappointment. So that is why it's very important to make sure we have realistic goals and goals that allow us to be human and goals that allow us to have success. And so 1 to 2 pounds is healthy weight loss. And yeah, losing 5 pounds a week, that's 20 pounds a month versus 1 to 2 pounds a week, maybe 10 pounds a month, but that's 10 pounds that you would not get back if you were taught the tools and the strategies and the basics on how to keep it off. Okay. That's what you want to think about, the long-term success. So I'm glad you shared that, Dee Dee, because everybody, I would say just about everybody has that same. I've heard it many, many times about that. So that is not a bad thing. We want to make sure that we are setting ourselves up for success. Okay. All righty. And so thank you for that. That was a very good comment. So our next point I want to make is change your goals and gravitate to positivity. Okay. So losing weight is the result. Okay. Might be the result, but it should not be the goal. I'm gonna repeat that because I know you're like, what did she just say? So losing weight may be a result, but it shouldn't be the goal. Okay. So rather your goal should be small, sustainable things that you have full control over, such as, did you eat the recommended servings of fruits and vegetables today? Okay. Check that off as met. Did you get at least 7 hours of sleep on ideally every night, but we're going to say most nights? If so, check that off your list. And these are baby steps, but these baby steps feed into losing weight, and it feeds into cultivating a lifestyle that fosters weight loss. Okay. And so keep in mind that making healthy choices, losing weight plus keeping it off, is a way of practicing self-care. And so for those who know me, know that I talk a lot about self-care. And for me, self-care is your hydration, is your sleeping, is how are you handling stress? Are you stress eating? Exercise, all those things feed into our food choices. And it does have a bearing on how we eat, how much we eat, etc. And so both of these are ways to care for your body, and it helps to fuel your body to its best. And that's really what it is all the way around. And so let's talk about exercise. Exercise. So love or hate. So what is your relationship with exercise? Okay. So do you have a love relationship, or do you have this kind of, a hate relationship? So some people, it's very difficult for them to have that motivation to do it on their own, and maybe they need a group or they need a trainer. Or for some people, once they get there, they're good, but they just got to get there to actually do the workout. But what is your relationship with exercise? Okay. And then some people, I like to say there's such thing as over exercise. Some people over exercise to compensate for what they're eating or not eating. And so it's a balance. It's a balance. It's a balance. Okay. And so share with me on that, because they work together synergistically. Okay. And before we get into my final tip on how to shift your mindset to a more effective and successful weight loss, to have a more effective and successful weight loss journey, I want to go in more detail about that special opportunity that I spoke about, to take a deeper dive with me, because some people did the 3-day challenge, but they needed more. Okay. And if you didn't have a chance to do the 3-day challenge, you do have an opportunity to still participate. The replays are available on that. And so you can also participate as well. And so the summer is approaching, right? And are you ready for it? Are you ready to put on the summer attire and go into the pool, into the beach, into the water theme parks and stuff like that? And what I'm hearing from a lot of my clients is that people are not feeling comfortable in their clothes. They're not happy with how they look, and they're not happy with or comfortable putting on a bathing suit or anything that's kind of summer related. And so if here's your chance to get ready. Okay, I'm all about staying ready. So here's your chance to get ready. You got time, and to focus. But with getting ready is focusing on what's in your control, what's on your side of the street. And so I invite you to have a one-on-one conversation with me to take a deeper dive, defining precisely what is on your side of the street, and so you can move forward. So you can kind of break the plateau that you're experiencing, whether that's health, your health goals, life goals, weight goals, it's all connected. And so I'm looking for 12 people. I have a few slots left who are highly committed to losing weight or to getting healthier. And I'm offering these complimentary sessions, 60 minutes, and they're called a back on track session. And what we will do is we will have a private one-on-one session where we're going to generate a crystal clear vision of your weight loss path, your nutrition path. That's for you. And we're going to uncover any obstacles or maybe even any hidden patterns that maybe have been holding you back, sabotaging your success. So we want to build healthy eating habits. We want to throw away the dieting mindset. We want to have the ability to not just lose it, but we want to keep it off. Okay. And the goal is for you to leave the conversation motivated and hopeful. And you will also have tangible next steps on what to do to help move you forward. Okay. And completely complimentary, the $125 fee is waived. And so I'm excited to offer this to you. And so all you got to do is click the link, and I'm going to put the banner in here. Just click the link in order to grab a spot on my calendar and fill out the short form. And it's as easy as that. I will go through the applications and you will get notified if you were one of those lucky 12. And so I see a comment here about loving. Didi loves to exercise, but has to be motivated to get there. Walking, riding her bike, weightlifting are my favorites, but not ready for the summer yet. Well, see, come on, Didi, let's help get you ready for the summer. And that is very true. A lot of times people they want to exercise, but they don't have the energy to exercise. And so that is directly related to nutrition. Okay. Making sure that you are fueling your body enough to get through the day as well as to exercise. So definitely check that out. And I'm going to put this in the banner because I see some people logged on after I did the original posting. So definitely check out this link, the URL. You can sign up and you can get all the details on the session. Okay. And so little insight of what I'm looking for. I forgot about that. Let me tell you what I'm looking for these sessions. So basically, I'm looking for people who are ready, who are sick and tired of being sick and tired. They've tried everything and they are committed to doing something different. And they want something that's going to work long term. And the beauty of what comes out of this session is not just for you, it actually helps your family. So it spills over to your family as well. And so if you're to that point where you're just ready to see a change. Okay. So if you're feeling, so definitely give it a try, put your name in the hat. Even if you feel like you never win anything, still put your name in the hat because you don't have anything to lose by putting your name in the hat. So I'm excited about these sessions. I love doing them. Final session or final topic here. I see another comment. Okay, there we go. I was checking to see if I had any comments. So trusting your body to make up for the mistakes in eating. Okay. We all make mistakes in eating, including myself. Trusting your body to make up the mistakes in eating. So what does that mean? So we want to throw away the calendar, number one. So patience is also important when we are trying to lose weight. Okay. Patience is very, very, very important. Okay. And we got to give yourself some grace. Okay. So if you want healthy weight loss, sustainable weight loss, and then you need to focus on meeting truly actionable goals, like not skipping meals, like not over restricting on carbs or cutting out food groups, trying to eat less calories and work out more, for instance, or just trying to eat less calories in general. There's no need to get wrapped up in a timeline of goals ahead. Okay. You want it to happen. You want it organically. You want it to happen organically. You don't want to feel like you're on a diet. You don't want to feel like you're going to miss out on stuff. Okay. And so every 24 hours comes new successes, and we focus on those. So another important thing is forget the mindset that foods have a tag of good or bad. I hear a lot of people say, well, am I allowed to eat that? Or I know I shouldn't eat that. And we don't want to give food that kind of power. Okay. So somewhere along the line, you're going to learn to either feel proud or guilty about every choice we make, right? But it's just food. In this case, it's just food. So you shouldn't have to feel guilty about wanting a cookie or ice cream or whatever it is that you perceive as not as healthy. Okay. Again, it's not about perfection. It's about understanding the basics and the of what eating is and what nutrition is and the tools and the art of eating. Okay. And so give yourself permission to have that glass of wine, to have that piece of cake. Remember, all foods fit, okay? But it's understanding how it all fits into the bigger equation, okay? And how it fits for you. And so my question for you is, when you overindulge, I'm guilty as well. How do you feel when you overindulge? Do you feel guilty? Do you feel disappointed? Or no big deal? You don't feel guilty at all, okay? And so um, speaking as Sandra, the dietitian, I'm always going to say, give yourself grace because it's going to happen. Speaking as Sandra, the person, I have my moments when I overdo it. And I've learned to shake it off. I've learned to not focus on. I've learned to not just constantly repeat it. That's when we get in trouble. One, episode or one lapse doesn't derail everything. But when we say, okay, well, I've done it once, let me just go ahead and finish out the rest of the day and eat whatever. And then it becomes a weekend, and then it becomes a week. And then that's when it becomes a habitual. And that's when it's very difficult to stop. So share with me how you feel when you overindulge. And once you understand the art of nutrition and how to make this a lifestyle change, you are going to find yourself feeling less and less guilty because you're going to understand it has its place. And then you're going to know how to start over, not necessarily start over, but get back on the bandwagon and know what that means and know that you don't have to starve yourself the next day. Okay, that's what's big. You don't have to starve yourself the next day. Okay. So hopefully that was okay. So I see some comments. Hey, Krista, good to see you on. She says disappointed. And that's very common too. And as you understand more and more about how we eat and how the body works and how one meal doesn't necessarily derail everything that we do or everything that we've already done, then the less guilty and the less disappointed that you will feel. Okay, because sometimes we just got to give our body what it needs. And once it become more of a regular routine, then you're going to find yourself overindulging less, and you're going to have selectivity in what you overindulge in. So again, it's a process. That's why I say you don't get here overnight. You don't get out of it overnight. So thank you for sharing that. All right, and so let's go to our takeaway message for today. So life, health, weight loss, feeling good in your clothes. It's all about acknowledging what is and what is not on our side of the street, meaning what can we control and what can we not control, okay? Stress and anxiety are significantly decreased when we identify the areas in our life that we can actually modify and control, okay? And then we also need to recognize those that we cannot control. And as soon as we're able to make that distinction, a lot of stress comes off of our plate because we're worrying about things that we have no control over. So adopting a mindset and when you adopt this mindset, you will have more energy, you will have better sleep quality, and you will have diminished food cravings. Okay. I like to get my clients to the point where you are in control of the food. They are in control of the food, not the food controlling them. Yes, you can have your Oreos. I was talking to somebody today. Yes, you can have your Oreos, but you don't want the Oreos to control you where you got to eat the whole bag in order to feel satisfied. And then you feel bad and then you feel guilty. And so we want to end that vicious cycle. And then the added bonus is you will still lose weight or you'll maintain your weight. And that's really what it's all about. And that's going to feed into your health as well. Okay. So do you know what is really on your side of the street? That is the question. Sometimes people don't realize what is on their side of the street and what really is not. And so perfect opportunity to have a conversation with me. And so again, I'm looking for 12 highly committed people who are committed to reaching their health goals and their weight goals. And I am offering these complimentary 60-minute back on track sessions. And again, we're going to define a very crystal clear vision of your specific weight loss nutrition path. We're going to talk about maybe some hidden obstacles that may have been hindering you from reaching your goals. And maybe that's been causing this vicious cycle that's been going on that we want to break. And it's all about leaving you with some tangible next steps that I want you to implement like the next day after we talk. So you can start to see some results. Okay. And so go to the link, get on my calendar, fill out the short form. That's all you have to do. And then I will choose those lucky 12. All right. And so this concludes what I have. Any questions, any comments, share this with anybody that you feel will benefit from it. Okay. And thank you for tuning in with today's version of Nutrition News for your mind, your body, and your soul. And I am Sandra, your RDN. And next week, we are going to continue on this topic, and we're going to talk about digging yourself out of the pit. Okay, the pit of weight gain, weight loss. Okay, so we're going to talk about 7 keys to crush that all or nothing thinking. Okay, so a lot of us have that all or nothing thinking. I call it stinking thinking. Okay, so we want to crush that in order to give ourselves some grace and allow ourselves to gain success. So thank you for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day and blessings. Bye-bye.